Bro, getting jacked, best decision in my life. Everything I did, all the decisions in my life that I did, literally going to the gym, getting a gym membership, and that I think it was like 2022, 2020, 2021, 2022, somewhere around there. No, 2023 was the best decision of my entire life. It's literally done wonders and wonders. Bro, like if it I know people say, some people say, fuck, the gym's cringe. Some people say, it's fine, it's good for discipline, it's good for this. I believe, because I went through this, that the gym is the number one best thing you can do in your life. It's because it's for yourself. It's for your body. It's not like you're buying a car. It's not like you're doing a business because, yes, making a business and getting rich and financially free is amazing. But if you're fat, if you're stinky, and if you suck balls, getting jacked and actually having a physique that you're genuinely satisfied with, you're genuinely happy, is far more fulfilling in your life. You wake up with a smile on your face. Each time you take your shirt off or something at the beach, you're happy. You go into the mirror. Of course, look, of course I'm not gonna bullshit you. Of course it's still like you're not really satisfied with your physique. You'll have those days where you look at yourself and you're like, whoa, bro, like I'm happy. And then you're gonna majority of the time I'm gonna be like, bro, I look like shit, I feel like shit. Not really feel like shit, but I look like shit. It's the normal gym life is basically the moment you start lifting, you're more insecure about yourself than before you started lifting. It's because you're constantly focusing and working on your body to look better, to look like something that you've always wanted to. I'd say the number one or one of the best things that I've got from lifting is respect from other people. There were times where I literally walked into a room and people noticed it. They were like, "Oh, bro lifts." It was something like that, or like, "Oh, bro's got big arms." I'm not saying I've got massive arms. Like you can't see it in the t-shirt right now because I don't have a pump either. But I remember now when I was in Europe, I met up with a friend in Barcelona who I didn't see for 3 years. I literally came out with a singlet and I literally saw him checking my arms out like 25 times that day. I was like, she's very got big arms. And it's more for the fact that when we saw each other those 3 years ago, I was going to the gym and everything, but I wasn't jacked. I wasn't jacked. And now since I got like bigger and everything, people respect you just for it. Like I've never had problems anywhere. Like no, nothing like, someone's trying to pick a fight with me or something. When I've been in Europe, and people were like offering me drugs and something, I said no. And sometimes, people get violent in clubs or some shit like that. Never have I had a problem. Like, I don't want to jinx it or anything, but I haven't had a problem. And it's genuinely because, okay, yeah, I'm 6'4", I'm tall, but also I weigh like 94 kilos. So who the fuck is going to try to mess with me? You know? I've got that ego in me where it's like, boy, you're going to regret this, especially if I get all my mates around, because we're just going to jump you and fuck you up. So I'd say that's one of the big reasons, like, it changed my life getting jacked is you get so much more respect from people and just people don't want to like fuck with you. Like you go somewhere to sort something out and you've got respect with someone. If they're big, you guys can bond over like the gym, you can bond over lifting, you can bond over your journey. It's not just like being big intimidating. It's also like you find people because the gym culture is literally like such a wholesome place to meet people, in my opinion. Because you'll just, I'll be in the sauna in my gym and I'll just be talking to someone and it's like, oh yeah, what did you train today? And then we just like branch off like what we do, blah, blah, when we started lifting, blah, blah, branch off to business, branch off to women. It's like a starter. It's like an opener to a conversation to something with someone is basically the gym. I I was in the gym and I was talking to this guy. He was fat, okay? And we were talking, blah blah blah. He was like, "Bro, you look good. You know, how long have you been lifting?" I was like, "Boy, like 3 years, not consistently, and all this stuff." I'm like, "What do you do?" He's like, "Oh yeah, so my workout is I just got here to the gym. I'm on a day pass, because I'm a business broker. So my workout is, I go, I swim a little bit, and then I shower and I go home." I was like, "What the fuck? What kind of bullshit workout is that?" He drinks a lot, smokes, does drugs. No wonder he's fucking fat, because he's not happy with himself. So instantly, look, I'm not trying to be a cunt here. Oh shit. But like, instantly, I lost respect for this guy. And it's not because what he said, it's because how he looked. Look, I don't take advice from people who are fat. Because usually, if you're fat, you've already lost a lot, and you don't care to look after your body. So why am I gonna take advice from someone who doesn't care about their appearance? Like, I find that really, really weird and strange. Anyways, like, I know it sounds bad, but you like us gym lads, we don't like respect fat people. It's because we see through them. We see that they do nothing with their life. They just put loads and loads of excuses why they can't go to the gym. It's like, yeah, bro, sorry, I've cancelled plans with people. I've cancelled jobs. I've cancelled shit just so I can go to the gym. It's because it's something that you actually aspire to do. And for me, it changed my life. Like, hands down, I have to say it changed my life. Not just like with respect, because of course, you get respect from other people. People just, it's kind of hard to explain, but you just get this energy when you're just like jacked. And I'm not saying I'm massive, I'm jacked, but look, the thumbnail will show what my physique looks like now. But you just get this good feeling when you walk somewhere. You don't have to be self-conscious of your weight or of anything, because nowadays it's normalized to be fat. Nowadays it's normalized to like look like shit. Like, come on. And, of course, there's other benefits by getting jacked. Like, one of the other ones is instant attraction from girls. I mean, I'm lucky. I'm gifted because I'm 6'4", so I'm gifted with my height. And then I've been working out. I'm trying to get more and more jacked. And it's so true that, building a body attracts girls. It literally does. Girls find it hot. They really do. Another argument I have is, let's say you talk to a girl or something. She's gonna look at photos of you, and it's gonna make her like imagine shit, fantasize about you. Think about you more than, let's say, you're fat and ugly or you have nothing. She's gonna look at you and be like, "Fuck, why did I sleep with this guy?" Like, yeah, his personality was nice, but I mean, look, some girls find like personality overrides everything else. The truth is, girls like it when a guy's fit. They do. They look at photos, and it basically makes them wet. Long story short, when a guy's jacked, fit, a girl will look at the photo and like just imagine, fantasize shit, and it'll make her wet and everything, like basically horny for you. And it's literally just because you went to the gym. Of course, there's other stuff you have to like. You can't just be a complete like cuck, blue pill, beta male or some shit like that. You actually have to know what you're doing. But for the instant attraction, a jacked body, literally, it's changed a lot. Like, it's changed a lot about, for me at least. Like, I'll tell you this little story, okay? I was with this girl, and, we were lying down, everything in bed, and she was just like rubbing and like grabbing and touching my chest. And she's like, this in this cute voice, "Oh, I just love it. I just love it," and I just saw on her face, she was just smiling, and she was just like staring at my chest, like basically like modeling it like Play-Doh. And I sat there and I was so proud. I was so proud because I was like, dude, a couple of years ago, I wouldn't have been in this situation. And it's not like, something that someone gives to you and then they like it. I built myself to this point. It is all self made. So I can take 110 literally of it because I did it. I did all of it. So, bro, that made me like proud of myself. And I was like, fuck yeah. Like, like she loves my chest. Let's go. I know it sounds a little bit not ego, but just like bragging or shit. I'm not trying to brag. I'm just trying to say the truth, bro. If you're jacked, you've probably experienced this as well. When you take your t-shirt off with a girl, when you're in bed or something, or it just doesn't matter. People will touch you. It's a fact. I was in Budapest, right? We were going on a night out. There was this girl, so this couple, all right. They were 22 and 26. Guy's 26, she's 22. Another guy that was with us, not important. I was standing on a bar rail looking down at these worms, basically, all drinking bunch of alcohol. And I was standing there, short sleeve, my arms up. She comes, alright? And I don't know, I found it a bit weird because if my girlfriend did this, I'd probably leave her. She started touching my arms. She's like, oh my gosh, that's so hard, my triceps. Because I was flexed when I was standing there, not on purpose, but I was just flexed. And she was like touching my arms, and she's like, oh my god, like that's so like hot. I was like, what the fuck? You have a boyfriend? And then she tells her boyfriend, she's like, oh my god, you have to feel his arms, and then he feels my arms and shit. And yeah, I felt good in the moment. I was like, yeah, boy, like I worked myself up to this position. I did everything to get here. Yeah, it doesn't matter that she was touching me. I didn't care, but it was a nice moment, and it's all because I started lifting. It's all because I actually did something for myself. So the people that says getting jacked, building a body doesn't attract girls are lying to you. Of course, you need confidence and all that stuff, but being jacked and having a super body is super important. It genuinely, hands down, super duper important. And what it also did, I'll get more into the mental side of why getting jacked is important. And it is self-love. Because before I went to the gym, I didn't have this like really strong bondage to myself. I wasn't really satisfied with myself. I wasn't happy. I didn't love myself really. I start going to the gym. I start seeing progress. I take these photos, I look at it, I'm like, dude, I am so grateful to my younger self that he actually picked himself up, went to the gym, got a membership, and started working out. I am so glad that, I've built a body that I'm happy with. Of course, I want to get bigger and everything. And I'm happy, but I'm not happy where I am with my body. So it's not like I'm upset at myself. I'm really grateful, I'm happy at myself where I've got myself, but I want to get even bigger, more shredded. But it's the self-love that's basically, it's opened a whole new doorway. Because if you don't love yourself, how can you make other people love you? Or how can you love someone else? You have to start with yourself, bro. This is the most important thing. There's a lot of people, like a lot of men our age, young men, who just don't have self-love. Who aren't happy with themselves. Who just, feel depressed, feel suicidal, because they have nothing that they've built in their life that they can look back and be like, fuck yeah, bro, I've done that. I worked my ass off for this. Look, I know going to the gym is hard. I know, because I've been going to the gym probably for like 2.5 years. It's closing to 3. And of course I fell off it for maybe like a year. Of course there's times where I've skipped the gym. But now I got myself into that I genuinely like go to the gym every, single day. and I enjoy it to the absolute limit because I know the reward. Because when you start out, you don't know the reward, you don't know anything. You start making gains, you look at yourself, you're like, dude, that's sick. And then it gets to a point where the gains or rewards aren't as good. But when you battle through that and you come out the other side and you look at yourself, you're like, dude, I look fucking sexy. You realize the shit you did, the work you put in actually like counted. And if you keep staying consistent, it's just going to be more and more and more and more of that. So literally, like, I can't tell you enough how much self-love I have to myself. Of course, there's other things than just the gym, but I'd say the gym, like, as a whole, has given me, like, one of the most self-love that I have to myself. And of course, also with discipline and shit, because, you get respect from people. It builds instant attraction to females, which is, like, literally a part that a lot of people go to the gym. Like, I will tell you right now, one of the big reasons that I go to the gym is so I'm attractive. Like, people that say I go to the gym because, I don't know, some stupid reason, I just do it for myself. That's complete bullshit. If there was an apocalypse, everyone died, I'd still probably go to the gym for myself because I'd want to stay in shape, look good. But I wouldn't be as... Well, it depends. Like, you never know until it actually happens, you know? But yeah, we train and we go to the gym to attract other people. Because it's nice. It's nice that moment when someone's like, fuck, bro, you're big, Or like, bro, you look good. You feel great. And of course, like, it's not easy. That's why it builds discipline. That's why one of the hardest things is just staying consistent. You have to stay consistent in this grind. Look, if it was an easy thing, everyone in the whole world would be jacked. Why do you think so many people are fat? It's because food, and it's because they don't exercise. Because it's like a mental battle and a physical battle. I'd say it's more of a mental battle, especially, look, I can't judge people who go, or I don't know, I can't assume people who are fat and go to the gym to get jacked because I was skinny, right? It was a mental battle because I had to eat so much food to gain weight. I started the gym, I was like, 69 kilos. Basically like 70 kilograms. I put on like 25, 28 kilos of muscle. That's a lot. Some people won't tell you, but bro, that's a lot. Plus, I grew even more. So like us tall people with all this range of motion and everything, we have it more harder. But I got myself to a point where I was like actually like happy of the success I made. And of course, going to the gym with discipline, it builds you discipline. It builds something that you can't really get from somewhere else. I mean, showing up every single day, working out, staying consistent is going to rewire your brain, which is basically going to make it better for other things in life as well. Because then when you're starting a business or when you're going to work or doing something, you're going to be more inconsistent in that because you already know how to be consistent in the gym. Let's say, for example, you sit home, watch TV every single day. You're going to do nothing with your life. Let's say you go to the gym every single day. That discipline is going to transfer to other parts of your life as well. For example, when you go to work or something, you're like, bro, fuck, I hate work, But you're gonna do it, all right? You're gonna do it because you know what discipline feels like. You know the hard work of showing up when you don't want to. Because motivation will only take you so far. Discipline is what separates people from winners. And, if you stay consistent, if you stay disciplined, you will see the results. Of course, it's going to be delayed because everything good is delayed. Gym is a delayed gratification activity. because you'll see it after a couple of months, years. But staying consistent, doing like the gym, is one of the best things you can do in your life. It has helped me, and literally, bro, I can't thank my younger self enough that I actually went to the gym. And a huge, like, thanks to Andrew Tate, because he was the one who initially got my ass into the gym. I watched this video of him before I started the gym, and I was like, what the fuck you doing with your life? You know, there's Andrew Tate moments like, bro, you gotta hit the gym, do this, get jacked. Women like you because you're jacked, all this shit. And I was like, okay, I'll give it a go. So my younger self, Andrew Tate, got me into the gym, and I'm forever happy and grateful to them. You can do it too, bro. It's never too late to start. I'm telling you that. It's never too late. You can go right now, get a gym membership, have a workout, and then comment under this video if you actually took action or just thought about it for 3 months like a pussy. I will catch you later. Peace out, bro.